Hello friends. All right, today I'm gonna do a lower sleek updo for you. I've got a request for that this weekend for an engagement session, and so I thought I'd do the tutorial and then I'll have a little photo for my upcoming bride-to-be. So I have set the fringe. It's not gonna be exactly how I want because I know that this fringe is super long, but you're gonna get the idea when I take it out. And then the rest of it, we're gonna be pulling into a low bun. So my technique when we're doing something that's sleeker is twofold. So I've got my kind of safety technique, which is dividing the hair and pulling up the front and then doing the back first and then pulling the front back over. That's kind of the safe way to go to make sure I have enough hair to use to do any styling, if I want to do a lot of details, if I want to add a braid or something. But this one we're going to keep really, really simple. And so I'm actually going to not do any sectioning in the back. I'm just going to start by pulling it into a ponytail first and then doing the bun in the back. So the trick to having it really sleek is to get it all in the shape you need it to be before you secure it. So if the hair has any kind of texture in it at all, you're going to want to go through and use your flat iron to straighten it out. Her hair is already pretty straight, so I'm just going to comb it into the direction I want. And if you want to make sure it has a part in it, if you want it to be all back away, that's what you have to decide in advance. This is going to have a little bit of a part, but for the most part, we're going to be going straight back from where the hair naturally parts and then pulling it tighter above the ears. So I'm just combing it in that direction first and foremost. So it's going in the way that I want. Now I've already combed through this, so I know that the rest is already brushed through. And then I'm going to take a flexible hairspray, like a really light one, and just smooth it over with my hands to kind of get all those flyaways down. So we're getting the flyaways down and it's moving in the shape that I want. Now the next step, once we've got the general shape going, I'm going to hold it in my hand and make sure there's no flyaways. And now I'm going to start to get it up where I need it to be above the ear. So I can smooth it with my comb above the ear on each side and making sure that there's no kinks on top and it's really nice and sleek. And then now you want to switch to a bristle brush. So that's a brush like this and it's got nice soft bristles, and that's going to really get it smooth. I'm just combing it into my hand. And once you have the general shape of how you want it to be, now you can use a liquid hairspray to get it really nice and smooth. Now the thing about the bun, what's really lovely is that once I get it in the binder, I can smooth it, the bumps down in if there's a few bumps left, because the bun's gonna cover any of those bumps where they gather. So spray with the liquid hairspray first and smooth it down the best you can, getting it nice and sleek. Getting all those bumps away. And then you can secure it with a regular elastic, or you can use one of these. This has got a hook on each side. And so what you'll do is hold it around the ponytail, and what I'm doing is just holding with my finger under here and wrapping it around, and then you just hook it onto itself. So this way, you're not pulling the hair, you're just replacing your hand with the binder. So it's super, super sleek. And so now what you can do is if you find any extra bumps that popped up, you want to get those out with you can pull it through with your tail comb. So by pushing it in and smoothing it out that you need to, and bring it down into this ponytail. So any kind of bumps are moved down here and everything's sleek up here. But if you look at it and it's perfecto, you can do one more finish of hairspray, a hard hold hairspray, and use your hand to smooth it in. Or you can use even your can to smooth it in too, but I like to use my hand. At this point, it's so producty, it's not gonna be flying up. If it's flying up when your hand touches it at this point, you haven't used enough product. Okay, so now we have our nice, smooth, no volume ponytail, and we want to make this into a nice bun. So I'm going to, this is long enough hair that I am thick enough that I can divide it into 2 parts, and I'm going to do one under and one over. So I'm going to divide it in half horizontally. And this one's going to go up and over, and this one's going to go under, okay? So the first half, I'm going to twist in my hands, and I will add texture spray wherever that is at. I dropped my first bottle. So we're going to do texture spray into this twist so it all stays nice and sleek together. And I'm going to twist it up and hold it against the head with my finger. And it kind of unwinds a little bit, but that's okay. So you can see I'm just holding it with my thumb. And now I'm going to put bobby pins in here. Now what I should have done is gotten all these bobby pins prepped before I started this video, but I did not. So I'll just get a couple in. What I do is go inwards towards the head, and then I push down. And I can feel it kind of hitting that ponytail, which is good because that adds some security. So I'm continuing to twist. And if you need to add more product as you go, that's great. Just work with it as you go. Oh my gosh, pardon me. Just getting the bobby pins out. No big deal. So I want to add these bobby pins as I go. So I'm going in towards the head, pushing, and then I turn the bobby pin and push inward. And then I'm going to tuck it all the way around. Twisting, and I'm going to tuck it over the top, and I'm going to hide this tail inside. So what I'll do is I'm going to grab the end of the hair here and push it down. And then I'm going to come back through and pull this over to cover that tail. So I'm going to grab the hair and I pull it over and push it back inward. So my bobby pins are really doing the work. So we have a nice start to the bun on this side. And now what you want to do after you have that in is just take a step back and make sure it's even. And you kind of want to see where this next piece is going to go. So this is kind of where your creativity can be. So we can do the same thing where you twist. We can go under and wrap up around this way. We can go under, twist up, wrap around on top. I could go under in this direction, come back down. Depending on how long the hair is, you can kind of manipulate it and see where you want it to go. So I like the last way that I just did. So I'm twisting it now. And I'm using the texture spray once again to work this hair the way I want it. You can also divide this into like 3 parts as well. Whatever you want to do to get the creative look that you're going for. So I kind of like that. So I'm just going to hold it where I want it to be and then use my pins as I twist the hair. So what you are doing with these pins is just getting a good anchor, and then you can go back in and add more pins to make sure it's secure after you get the initial shape. But using this texture spray will really help you hold the shape, and you can kind of see where the hair is a little bit looser. So right here, this is feeling a little loose, so I'm going to just come through and put a bobby pin in here before I finish up. With this last piece. So I think to add the best balance, this is going to look the best if I go down and tuck it under. And so I like that look. I'm going to use a little more of the texture spray. And twisting it into the shape. And I can do a bobby pin right internally into this. So I'm just grabbing, I can feel the hair being grabbed, turn it and push it into the bun that I've already created. So I just tucked it in there, and then I'm taking this end And doing the same thing I did with the other end, where I grabbed the hair like on the end like this, and then tucked it under. And I can see a little bit of it kind of poking out here. So I'm just using this bobby pin as a tool to slide it in like that, cover up that end, and then I'll come over it with this bobby pin, grab a little hair, and push up like that, and cover the bobby pin just to really secure that. So now that it's mostly done here, what you want to do is kind of feel around and see where you could use another bobby pin. See where it's loose, have her shake her head, and then just see if there's any other spots that you need to add another bobby pin. If it's not, then locking this in with liquid hairspray will really help make it sleek and not have flyaways. So liquid hairspray dries pretty fast. So I recommend as soon as you spray it, then lock in those flyaways and make sure they're all down. And then you can finish with some shine spray too. So this is the bun part. Very beautiful, very simple, right? And now we just have to do the front. Dun, 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 dun. I have 2 pin coat clips here. Take these suckers out. And then in theory, she's got these really cute little wispy bangs, but she doesn't. They're kind of long. That's okay. And you can back comb these a little bit if you want to get a little more height. She's gonna need a lot of help to get her to not be a millennial. You guys, I don't know if it's possible. Oh, she's a millennial for life. This side, cute, right? This side, come on. It's got nice height, but it's not gonna stay. Okay, you get the vision, right? We've got the front, very cute, and the nice slick bang. I mean, slick bun, okay? So let's just pretend this is working with me. And I would just brush through this and hairspray it so it's kind of off her face, but these are clearly way too long. But in theory, that's what I would do. You get the vision, you get the idea with the slick bun. Let's just throw back her millennial ways. She can have a side part in front. See, that's cute too, right? Little side part. Okay. You guys, thanks for joining me. If you have questions, pop them in the comments. I will be sure to respond. As always, thanks for being here. I've got more at theupdocollective.com, and I'll see you soon. All right. Thanks, friends. Bye.